That officer is about to ask that driver one question. And depending on how that driver answers it, everything that happens next changes completely. Most people get this wrong, and it costs them everything. If a police officer ever asks to search your car, there is one word that protects you completely, and one word that gives up every right you have on the spot. Most people do not know which is which. By the end of this video, you will. I am Ben, and today I am going to walk you through exactly what to do the moment a cop asks to search your vehicle, what to say, what not to say, and what the law actually gives you the right to do in that moment. Because the thing almost nobody tells you is this: saying yes to a search does not just let the officer look around. It legally eliminates your ability to challenge anything they find afterward. Even if they find something that should never have been in that car. Even if the stop itself was unlawful from the beginning. One word: gone. And before we get into exactly what to say, I want to tell you about a specific tactic that officers use during almost every single search request that most drivers never catch in the moment. I will get to that in a few minutes, because once you hear it, you will never miss it again. Why this matters more than most people think. Every single day in the United States, police officers conduct tens of thousands of traffic stops. A significant portion of those stops end with the officer asking one question: do you mind if I take a look? And the majority of drivers say yes. Not because they have something to hide, not because they feel they have no choice, but because they simply do not know that no is a complete and legal answer. They have never been told that the Constitution gives them the right to refuse, and so they agree to something that can follow them for years. In 2013, the Supreme Court ruled in Florida versus Jardines that the area immediately around your home is protected from warrantless searches. In 2014, they ruled in Riley versus California that police cannot search your phone without a warrant. The courts have spent decades building a wall of protection around your private property. But none of that protection means anything if you hand the officer the keys yourself. That is what a consent search is. You handing over your own constitutional rights, voluntarily, on the side of the road, because you did not know you could say no. What the law actually says. Here is the legal reality that most people never learn until it is too late. Police officers in the United States do not have the automatic right to search your vehicle during a traffic stop, a stop for speeding, a broken taillight, an expired registration. None of those give an officer the right to search your car. To search your vehicle without your consent, an officer needs one of three things: a warrant signed by a judge, probable cause to believe your vehicle contains evidence of a crime, or a lawful arrest that gives them legal reason to search the area immediately around you. If they do not have any of those three things, and they ask to search your car, they are asking because they need your permission. The law requires it, and you are completely within your rights to say no. Not just allowed, you should say no, every single time, regardless of whether you have anything to hide, regardless of how friendly the officer is being, regardless of how quick he says it will be, regardless of what you think is or is not in that car. Because here is the thing that most people do not understand. You are not the only person who has ever been in your vehicle. Your friends have been in it. Your family has been in it. People you gave a ride to last month have been in it. And you cannot always account for what any one of those people may have left behind without you knowing. Saying no is not about guilt. It is about protecting yourself from things you may not even know are a risk. The moment it happens, you are pulled over. The officer takes your license and registration. He runs your plates. He comes back to your window. And then instead of handing you a ticket and sending you on your way, he says one of these things: you mind if I take a quick look? Is it okay if I just check the back seat real fast? I am just going to take a peek, all right? Do you have anything in the car I should know about? Those sound casual. They sound like small talk. They sound like the officer is just being thorough before letting you go. They are not. Every one of those sentences is a legal request for your consent to conduct a warrantless search of your vehicle. And the moment you say sure, go ahead, no problem, or even just okay, you have handed over your Fourth Amendment rights. The Fourth Amendment to the United States Constitution protects you from unreasonable searches and seizures. That protection is real. It applies to your car. It applies at that exact moment on the side of the road. But it only works if you actually use it. Why innocent people say yes. Here is the thing that trips up almost everyone who has ever agreed to a search they did not have to agree to. They had nothing to hide. Most people who say yes to a search say yes because they think refusing looks suspicious. They think saying no will make the officer angrier or more aggressive. They think that if they have nothing to hide, there is no reason to refuse. They think cooperating is the safe and smart choice. It is not. The moment you say yes, the officer can search every inch of that vehicle, the glove box, the center console, the trunk, under the seats, inside closed bags, inside your jacket on the back seat, inside your gym bag, inside your passenger's bags if they are with you. And anything they find, regardless of how the stop started, is now legally admissible against you in court. Your gym bag in the back seat, your friend's jacket that you forgot to return, something a passenger left in the door pocket 3 weeks ago. All of it is now fair game. All of it can be used against you. There is a case from Georgia where a man was stopped for a broken taillight. He had nothing illegal in his car. He consented to a search because he was certain of that. The officer found a small amount of marijuana in a jacket that belonged to a friend who had borrowed the car 2 days earlier. That driver was arrested, charged, and had to hire an attorney to fight a case he had no part in creating. All because he said yes to a question the officer had no legal right to get a yes answer to. Saying no does not make you look guilty. It makes you someone who knows their rights. And any officer worth their badge knows the difference. The tactic I told you to watch for. Earlier I said there is something that happens during almost every search request that most drivers never notice in the moment. Here it is. Officers are trained, in many departments across this country, to make the request sound like it is already decided, like it is not really a question at all. Like your cooperation is simply assumed, and the search is already happening. I am just going to take a look real quick, becomes, I am taking a look. Do you mind if I check the back? Becomes, I am checking the back. Let me just peek in here. Becomes, I am going to peek in here. The shift from asking to telling is subtle. It happens fast. And it is designed to happen fast. Most people do not catch it because by the time they process what was said, the officer is already walking to the back of the vehicle. But here is what you need to understand. That shift does not give the officer any new legal authority. They still need your consent, or a warrant, or probable cause. A declarative statement from an officer does not replace a constitutional right. If an officer tells you he is searching rather than asking, your response is exactly the same as if he had asked. Officer, I do not consent to this search. You say it clearly. You say it loud enough to be heard. You say it for the record, and you do not physically interfere. Exactly what to say. When an officer asks to search your vehicle, here is the exact response. Memorize these 6 words. Officer, I do not consent to a search. That is it. You do not need to explain why. You do not need to apologize for saying it. You do not need to say anything after that sentence. Just those 6 words, said calmly and clearly. If the officer pushes back and asks why not, you say the same thing again. Officer, I do not consent to a search. You are not required to justify exercising a constitutional right. You do not justify why you choose to remain silent. You do not justify why you hire a lawyer. You do not justify why you refuse a search. If the officer becomes frustrated, remain calm. Do not raise your voice. Do not make sudden movements. Keep your hands visible, and keep repeating the same 6 words if you need to. If the officer tells you he is going to search anyway, do not physically resist. Do not try to block access to the vehicle. Do not grab anything or move anything. Simply say, one more time, clearly, Officer, I do not consent to this search, and then let him proceed, because the resistance to an unlawful search does not happen on the side of the road. It happens in a courtroom, with an attorney beside you and a judge making the decisions based on what was and was not legal during that stop. What happens after you say no? If you refuse a search and the officer does not have a warrant or probable cause, one of 2 things happens. He writes you a ticket for whatever you were originally stopped for and lets you go. The stop ends. You drive away. Because without your consent and without legal justification, there is nothing else he can do. Or he detains you, which means he tells you that you cannot leave yet, and he calls for a K9 unit to conduct an open-air sniff around the exterior of the vehicle. Now here is what you need to know about K9 units. A trained drug detection dog conducting an open-air sniff around the outside of your vehicle is not considered a search under current Supreme Court law. The court ruled on this in Illinois versus Cabales in 2005. If the dog alerts on your vehicle, that alert can in many states give the officer probable cause to search without your consent. But there are 2 important things to understand about this. First, canine alerts are not infallible. Studies have shown that drug detection dogs have false positive rates that are sometimes alarmingly high. Dogs can be cued by their handlers. Dogs can alert on residue from something that was in the car weeks ago, and a false positive canine alert that led to an unlawful search has been successfully challenged in courts across the country. Second, and this is crucial, if you had consented to the search, none of that challenge is possible. The moment you say yes, the legal question of whether the search was justified disappears entirely. You already gave permission, but if you refused, and the officer searched based on a canine alert, and that alert was unreliable or improper, your refusal is the foundation on which your attorney can fight. You cannot challenge a search you agreed to. You can always challenge one you refused. What about your passengers? If you have passengers in your vehicle when an officer asks to search, the rules get more complicated and more important. Your consent covers the vehicle. It does not automatically cover your passenger's personal belongings. A bag or backpack that clearly belongs to a passenger requires that passengers consent separately in most jurisdictions. But here is the problem. Most officers do not explain this. They get a yes from the driver and search everything and everyone inside. And most passengers in that moment do not know they have the right to say no to their own belongings being searched. If you are a passenger in a vehicle that is being searched, you can clearly state that any bag, backpack, jacket, or personal item in that vehicle belongs to you, and that you do not consent to it being searched. Say it calmly. Say it clearly. Make sure it is audible. It does not guarantee the officer will stop, but it creates a legal record that matters enormously if anything in your belongings becomes the basis for a charge. How to protect yourself after the stop. Whether the search happened or not, what you do in the minutes after the stop ends matters. Write down everything while it is fresh. The time of the stop, the location, the officer's name and badge number if you were able to see it, what the officer said word for word when asking to search, what you said in response, how long the stop lasted, whether a canine was called and how long it took to arrive. If you have a passenger, have them do the same thing independently so you have two records that match. If anything about that stop felt wrong, if you were searched after clearly refusing, if you were held for longer than seemed reasonable, if you were treated in a way that felt unlawful, call an attorney that day, not next week, that day, because the details that are clear right now will fade faster than you expect. What to do before your next drive. Right now, before you get back in your car, say this out loud once. Officer, I do not consent to a search. Say it until it sounds natural, until it comes out calm, until it does not feel uncomfortable, until it is a sentence your mouth knows how to say without thinking. Because the side of the road at night with a flashlight in your face and an officer standing at your window is not the moment to try to remember it for the first time. Know it before you need it, because the day you need it, you will be very glad you do.